Welcome to FMBN Podcast, the program that showcases the events, happenings, products, and services that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria offers. Today, we bring you the activities of the bank, the housing facts, and the FMBN news for the week. My name is Patience Okai, so sit back, relax, don't go nowhere as we quickly go on a commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to FMBN Podcast here on 7 FM TV. The program is proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So now let's talk about the housing facts. Some Nigerians are asking this particular question. What is the mode of repayment for the National Housing Fund loan? Here's the response.
NHF housing loans are repaid in monthly installments from the income of the beneficiary. This mode of repayment has the advantage of being both affordable and convenient.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, at the 17th International African Housing Show, revealed that it has more than 5 million subscribers who are contributors to the National Housing Fund Scheme, NHF. According to the bank, these are mostly workers across board in the country. Austin Beatrice Sinom has the full report.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, has revealed that the bank has more than 5 million subscribers who are contributors to the National Housing Fund Scheme, NHF. This was revealed by the MD and CEO of the bank, Madu Haman, at the 17th African Housing Show in Abuja, Nigeria.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, our moderator has said, we have over 5 million contributors to the NHF scheme.
The MD said the bank is focused on bringing the largest sector of the economy, which is the informal sector, into the scheme.
And of recent, the bank had also introduced products for the informal sector in order to bring them into the scheme. So in terms of contribution, we want to expand the base of the NHF scheme by bringing in the informal sector, which is the largest economic sector we have in the country in terms of contribution to our GDP.
He, however, added that the bank has not been able to deliver up to expectation. This is due to some challenges which he attributed to the lack of adequate and realistic data within the sector.
But in terms of delivery of mortgage, finance, and housing, I have to say we are not doing well at all. We are not doing well because data within the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria itself shows that from inception of the National Housing Fund scheme to date, we've only been able to generate about 28,000 mortgages to Nigerians within the National Housing Fund scheme. And this is a far cry from the 5-point-something million contributors to the scheme. Most of the data that Kisha presented, I believe, are generally from sources that are provided by the National Housing Fund, that's the Federal Mortgage Bank, and other government-associated developers. So in terms of reporting, the Federal Mortgage Bank reports on a biannual basis to the Office of the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. We report the data on total residential properties financed within that period, and then accumulated data from inception to date. We also give information to the Bureau of Statistics, information on mortgages created within the reporting period and accumulated period. So I think if you try to investigate from the Office of the Bureau of Statistics, I don't know of other mortgage institutions or other players within the housing sector. I don't know how many of them do render returns in terms of their contribution to the development of the sector. But I know most of the figures that have been read out in terms of number of houses, number of mortgages, and quantum of amount in terms of naira are closely associated with what we at the Federal Mortgage have been submitting as our returns to the Bureau of Statistics.
Speaking on what the Population Commission is doing, Olanipekun Evelyn Ariola, Director of Housing Census and National Population Commission, said the Commission will visit all the structure in space and will conduct census in over 65 million buildings.
We start by preparing a robust frame, which we refer to as the examination area demarcation. And in this particular activity, we conducted visits to every household in Nigeria. And in one of the earlier presentations by Carl, it was mentioned that you can actually count buildings from the sky. Yes, we did that. We used the satellite imagery to to identify every building in Nigeria, and we did not only count them down in the sky, we went in, the imagery guided us into the household to take the number of households in each building. So as we stand, every building stands as a point which has a latitude and a longitude, meaning there is a georeference to every building. So in Nigeria today, we have been able to visit all the buildings, all the structures that are in the space, and we have taken the georeference codes of every structure. And as we stand today, we are going to conduct census in over 65 million buildings.
Dr. Michael Umba said the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, is interested in asset price in the sector. He added that as part of his contribution, the Apex Bank set up the Real Estate Data Management Program in 2017, and since then have been assisting in technical and data support.
The interest in the housing sector is anchored on understanding the asset prices. So apart from the assets in the money markets and the capital markets, the asset in the housing sector is key. And we'll always like to know what is going on there, because when there are switching by investors, they look at assets and their prices. And so in 2017, the CBN Statistics Department, in collaboration with RED, and initiated the Nigerian Real Estate Data Collection Management Program, involving about 14 other organizations, including the MBS, the National Population Commission. And so what we did at the CBN as part of our support was to provide the technical team that worked with in the projects, and then also we embedded the data requirements agreed by the group under the collaboration into our periodic data collection program.
Other stakeholders spoke on issues besetting the housing sector, especially issues bordering on data. Solutions were also proffered by the various key players, while answers were given to participants who raised questions. It sounded a great achievement to both stakeholders, key players, and participants within the housing sector when the managing director of FMBN said the bank has more than 5 million subscribers who are workers contributing to the scheme. Though the bank said this falls below their expectation, they were applauded for such an achievement. From 7TV, Austin Beatrice Sanam.
Well done, Austin. Stay with us as we go on a short break.
The latest couple in town.
Good day, sir.
How are you? Oh, sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Drinks?
No, we're fine, sir.
How was the moon experience?
It was quite an experience.
How about house?
We are renting at the moment, but we intend to save enough to own our own house, right?
Why not avoid all those Shylock landlords and own a house upfront? With the average income and cost of building houses today in Nigeria, mortgage is the best option. No sweat. I tell you what, that was how I got my first house, and I've never regretted it.
To make good homes, and by implication, a good society, an individual is expected to have an abode from which to take off and return at the end of each day. At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home. Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
What is the name of my grandson?
Suleiman.
That's a good name. May the Almighty preserve him.
Amin.
Now that your family is growing, this is the time for you to start thinking of a house of your own.
Abba, the thought of this has always been on my mind. To build a house now, you need a lot of money, and that is what is holding me back.
Sonny, what you need is a mortgage. NHF mortgage loan. With NHF mortgage loan, you own a house upfront and pay gradually over a long period of time.
Abba, I will go to the FMBN office right away.
Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
Glad to know that you are still with us here on 7FM TV as you are watching FMBN podcast, proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Let's bring you the FMBN news for the week. FMBN podcast. Do well to join us next week here on 7FM TV as we bring you another interesting edition of the program. Our social media handles are displayed on your screen. Do well to check us out at Instagram 7TV_NIG, Twitter 7TV_NIG, Facebook 7TV Nigeria, YouTube 7FM-TV. You can also visit our website at www.7media.ng and do well to visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more inquiries. Till I come your way next week, my name is Patience Okai. Stay blessed. Bye.